Good morning, lovelies. Today I'm going to do a basic makeup. I just got out of the shower and I wanted to show you guys the makeup that I go to. There aren't many steps, but it does come out really nice, so I'm going to show you today. Right now I'm starting my brows and I usually use Anastasia Dip Brow, or I'll just use like a eyebrow shadow pot. And then I'll use an angled brush with a spoolie. And as you see, I am just following my natural hairline, I guess the grain of my hair. And I will try to fill it in, but also make sure all those hairs under the hair, like the base under the hair, is covered. So it's not patchy when you look at the eyebrow. So I will take a Q-tip and I will wipe up any excess. Right now you don't really want to combine any other makeup with your eyebrow gel while you are using it, because it might make it cakey or just look gross. So right now we're focusing on that. If you do mess up, use a Q-tip just to kind of wipe it up. I wouldn't wet it because it's going to smear your eyebrow pigment. So once you start getting into it, you're going to realize you're shaping your brow. So you kind of want to pay attention to where your hairs are on your eyebrow and wipe up the pigment that isn't supposed to be there. So this is Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I think this is the chocolate dip brow or the medium brown. Those are the two I usually use. And then I did pick this up from Walgreens. It's an Unbelievable Brow by L'Oreal. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have a spoolie to brush it through. So what I will do is I will get all the excess off, and then I will just go through the tail of my brow just to make it darker. So it kind of looks like ombre from like light to dark. And then as you see, I did mess up, but right now don't worry about it. Just worry about getting the product on the brow, and then you can clean it up with that Q-tip. All right, so I'm done with that part, and now we're gonna go in and we're gonna conceal the brows, because we don't want super dark brows, especially where the hair and the skin meet. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this concealer. This is a Maybelline Coverage. I think I showed a picture. And I just take like a flat brush from another concealer, and I will go around the edges. Oh, it is Master Conceal by Maybelline. And it is the medium light shade. So now I'm going to go around my brow just to show you guys the difference it makes when you do conceal your brows. And I like to get all the excess off and then lightly go around, and I do angle my brush because it's a very thin brush. And I go as slow as I can. You really want to, this is the most important part, because you do not have to blend the actual concealer that is closest to the, like where the hair starts, but you do have to get around the skin to make it look nice. So naturally, when you're finishing up, like blending with this concealer, it's just gonna blend together and look really nicely. And I would say get all around. Never be scared with product. You can always take a little wipe and just get it off. And here you see me pushing the excess down. I do not like to get really, really close to the brow or try to mess with that little line right there, because naturally it's going to get powder on it and it's going to dry. And then I just take this kind of little powder brush I have, and I just go around, and as you see, it like blends it all. And that's how you want it to be. You don't want it to be cakey. You don't want it to be just dry or anything like that. And it goes together smoothly. I love it. I'm going to do the same thing to my other brow, as you can see. And your eyebrows do not have to be even are exactly the same, but they should be like equal at least. Your hairs on your eyebrows are not going to be the same. And then you saw that I did have an oil. I always use just like a little oil on my face before I do my makeup because I do have dry skin. So I'll use a little bit. And then I also, when I'm doing my makeup, will use a matte primer in the places where I see the makeup isn't sticking. So here I'm using the excess concealer to just get all my little spots under my eyes and around my nose. Then we're going to take this infallible, I think it's a Maybelline 24-hour wear foundation. And we're about to put this in all the spots we did not put the concealer. And this right here is Rimmel Matte Primer. And I will put that around my mouth and around the edges of my nose just to kind of hold that product there a little bit more. Alright, so we're going to go in with this foundation. I just kind of lay it on. You can always wipe it off. Thing is when you're working with liquids, stick with liquids. Don't combine a bunch of liquids and powders because it's harder to take off. So when you're ready to bake your face, just know that's when you should go in with the powders. So here I am just going everywhere around the zones where your concealer should not be. And I am warming up and blending in this foundation. And you just want to get it everywhere. Your neck is part of your face. There is no reason that somebody should have told you your face is just your face. Blend your foundation into your neck, please. Please. Like, if you don't want foundation on your body, don't wear makeup at all. Blend your foundation into your neck. And I do use like a yellow olive color because naturally my skin color changes. And if you look at the insides of my wrist, my veins are greenish blue, and I also have an olive skin color. So I will go in with a yellow or an olive foundation. And as you notice later with the powders, the bronzers, and the different pigments, that it starts to just blend together and it doesn't look the same color. Also with paint, if you've ever painted a room, paint as it dries, the color changes. So that's the same with foundation. As your foundation dries, it oxidizes. So the color of the foundation that you see is going to be different. So you really just want to know what your undertone is and kind of how bright you want your highlights to be within your concealer. Right here you see me tapping pretty fast, but it's because this foundation dries really fast. So if you want that full coverage all day look, you're gonna have to blend this really fast, but also do it carefully because you saw I got it in my eye and it was not fun for a second. But you just want to get all the cracks and crevices. You're like, you don't care. But also, we're not gonna do multiple layers. So add enough product the first time to where you can move it all around, and we're not sitting here layering, drying, layering with wet again. You don't want to keep doing that or your face is going to get bumpy and it's going to show everything. We just kind of want that little mask to start the foundation to our home. That's what it is. We're starting the foundation. So don't go crazy, but make sure it's not patchy, dry, or anything. We want it smooth and ready. Alright, here I'm going to take the lightest concealer. It's the Maybelline Infallible Concealer. And it is white. Oh, yeah. So you want to get in there really white. And remember, the color is going to change as it oxidizes and you blend it in. So all the places that are usually highlighted, you want to highlight them. And for a second, you're going to let this sit here. I do the corners of my mouth. Kind of brings your smile up a little bit. Because I do have RBF. Sorry about that. And then I will take a little bit of a more skin-colored concealer and just kind of mix it in so I don't look totally crazy. so there's not a white cast there. And then we're just going to blend this all together. And as you see, it's going to go together very smoothly, and it's also not going to be as white. But when you're working with liquids, the thing is as you tap, you want it to dry. So you want to go back and forth and blend it all over. Not just one spot, because you're going to be working on one spot to perfection while everything else is drying. Then you're going to realize you can't blend. So once you get this on your face, you're just going to want to continuously blend. The liquid process of makeup is a lot to deal with, and the powder process is a lot easier, but also the powder process is the most important part of the makeup. So as you can see, I am still blending, but evenly blending, because your body temperature does heat up the makeup. Remember that. And then I do have really dry skin because the weather changed. So me picking some dry skin. It's not fun. Ladies, remember to drink extra water and coconut water. Just hydrate as much as you can before the seasons change, and you will not take it as hard. Especially your skincare. I notice when I hydrate a lot, my skincare is always on point, even when the seasons change. So here I'm going in with a Morphe translucent powder. This powder is amazing. I have tried the L'Oreal Mercier powder. I don't know if I said that right, but it was more of a thicker pigment. This is more of a light pigment, and I really love this powder a lot. You can get it at Sephora, Ulta, Target. It is an amazing product. And they also do have Morphe stores. I know they have one in the mall close to me. So I will take this Morphe powder and I just go in all the important spots because I know this powder is really going to lay good for me. And I will do it under my eyes and my creases. I also get sometimes on my eyelid just to get that kind of like baking there, or like that seamless look. And I put it everywhere. Just make sure you're building it. Especially in those creases. You do not want a wet crease with a finished face. Alright, so this is the Fit Me powder by Maybelline. This is like a lighter color that they have. I don't think it's a translucent, but it is just like a lighter color. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to just kind of go around the edges of my face. So when I go to bronze, I don't have any wet spots and my bronzer isn't getting caught or like turned into almost like putty when I go to do my bronzer. So we're just going to go around those edges. We're going to bake everything. Like, literally, it does not matter because you can just use setting spray if it's too powdery. So we're going to just make sure we're, like, sealed and baked. Like a cookie. Like a beautiful sugar cookie. Okay, so this is the All-Star palette from Physicians Formula. This is a really good bronzer highlight palette. I really love it. It goes on very smoothly, buttery smooth. So I do go in with like a little angled small flat brush just so I can get my cheekbones, and I go in the deepest color and the deepest highlighter, and you'll see I combine them and then I tap it off. And then I will go where right below my cheekbones just to kind of bring them out if I do want to give that pop a highlighter. And I just go from my ear, you see the top of where my ear starts toward my face, down to my little fishy line that you see there, my little fishy lips. So that's, I do fishy lips to tell where my cheekbone crease is. So we will do that from the top of the ears and angle your way down to your little fishy line. I'm gonna get the tops of your head. I do bronze the tops, and I will also bronze the bottom sometimes. I haven't lately, just because I notice it kind of looks better when you do not do your jawline with the, like, I call this contouring. This step is contouring. It isn't bronzing, because you're doing the deeper bronzing effect, and then you're gonna go over, you'll see, and kind of like blend, and then also go over with the bronzing stage. Tuck that towel. And then here I took a little bit of powder and I am blending out the bronzer. And then at the same time, you're just gonna kind of blend out all this powder that is connected with that bronzer. And this is gonna give you an airbrushed, very put together, well melted together look. And it will also blend out that kind of like contour or any harsh lines that don't need to be there. And you just want to get everywhere. So that was just for bronzing out the contour, but I'm going to take this bronzer brush and I'm also going to go in with the lightest powder that I have and the little face powder just to kind of give like a more lighter look. And then we're going to tap it off and we are going to bronze. You see the brush is bigger, so it's getting a bigger area. We're going to bronze those lines so they're not so harsh and dark, and we look like a bronzed goddess. And then you want to get it all around your forehead just so everything's evenly combined and looks very airbrushed. And then we're going to go in with the blush. I use two. I use a Maybelline blush. Now I also use an e.l.f. putty blush. But I use the putty blush more as like a stain, so the blush stays longer. And there is kind of like that like different color with the other color on top. It's like the putty shines through the powdered color. So I'll get it started. It does have a nice tiny little pigment, and I just go in because I noticed with the putty blushes they do come through, but if you don't really get product on your brush, it does not look good. Very beautiful color. This is e.l.f. Turks and Caicos. That is the color, and it is their putty blush. It's amazing. I saw one girl try it one time, and I asked her what the color was, and then I went to try it, and it is amazing. I could compare it to almost like NARS, the NARS Orgasm mascara. And then I go in with the powder. This is, I think it's like a Berry 55 by Fit Me Maybelline. And this one's really good for like a drugstore blush. Just a quick blush. I think it's under $10, maybe like $5. And I will just load it up and you guys will see why. I almost look like a clown. I know, don't judge me. Trust the process. And then I will take like a little brush. You saw that powder brush I was using. I will get powder, tap it off, blow it off, whatever. And then I will just get powder on that blush. So it's like almost like combining those pigments to make it lighter. And then I'll finish up on that. And I will take a different brush just a foundation powder brush, and I will blend it. Blend that blush and powder together just so it looks seamless and airbrushed. And the color comes out really nice, and then you get that kind of stained look with that little bit of powder that was too bright. That's how I get my blush look. And then I will go in with the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal mascara. This one's amazing and is better than Sex mascara by Too Faced. And I think this is either the Black Brown or the Blackest Black. But I love this mascara. It's just amazing. It changed my life. So you will see me layer this mascara. I start on one lash, and then as that other one dries, I will move to the other. And I do have a little powder on my eyes just from doing my face, like my eyelashes. So I noticed the mascara does cling better when you use a little powder. With any mascara too. If I just do mascara, the mascara doesn't look as good. But if I do have that little layer of powder on my lashes, it does look a lot better and it builds a lot better. So you will see me go back and forth a few times, probably about 3 or 4 times. And that is how I get long lashes with just mascara. It does take a few layers, but also I'm not gluing fake lashes to my eyes. So yeah, but do not get me wrong, I will pop on a mink lash once in a while, and it looks so amazing. I just try not to have glue on my hair and my eyelashes all the time. Here comes my mascara face. Don't judge. So I notice when I do my bottom lashes, it looks a lot better. See me layer a few more times until I get the desired length that I want. And mine's usually up to like my eyelash crease, just so my lashes look like they have a little length. And I will layer that bottom lash a couple times just until they have some length and they look straight. And you can always take like a little spoolie or like an eyelash separator and just kind of go over your lashes to get off like all the little crusties so your eyelashes look more natural and smooth. And I blink a lot as I do it. It just helps get it all over the lash. And I am wearing just a towel, so y'all don't judge me. My arms keep getting caught on the towel. It's not fun. So this is my basic makeup look. You're about to see I'm just gonna do my lips and end it. This is the perfect look. I never do too much. I don't do highlighter. And then I do wipe off my lips just so it's not got a lot of product. And I will take a chapstick. I use the O'Keeffe's Cooling Chapstick. And this one's really good. It kind of primes your lips a little bit. It protects them and helps with the dryness. And then you'll see I'm about to go in with the MAC. It's like a powder stick, like a lipstick stick almost. And this is the Mullet Over 891. And I love this color. It's kind of like a coral nude. It just looks really beautiful. And then I do clean up the sides with my finger just because this lips like color doesn't stick as much or stain as much. So I will do that. And then you are about to see me go in with the Fenty lip gloss. It is by Rihanna, and I love this lip gloss so much. It's the glass slipper one. I've noticed where I live, it's really hard to get a hold of this product. So if you do, you better get it, girl. So I am cleaning it off right now. I am not about to show Rihanna's product all dirty. It's got gum on it from my purse. But this is the glass slipper, and it is the best lip gloss I've ever used. It is thick, but it is not sticky. And it goes on consistently, and it stays on for a good amount of time. I also noticed that the lip gloss doesn't move, so it's not going to mess up your foundation below or above your lip. This is just, I love this lip gloss. If you can get a hold of it, girl, you better grab it like a Black Friday sale or something. So this is my everyday look. This is what I do just to look put together before I leave the house. I feel like it looks really beautiful, and it's just put together. It makes the day. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that you guys tune in next time. Please subscribe and like, and I will see you beauties later.